bit of damage from the storm.
Speaking of damage from the storm, I hope everybody fared okay from this last storm that rolled through. I mean, it caused damage all the way up the East Coast. Now, the Googans are familiar with causing damage, but typically it's not from a storm. They're familiar with causing damage down at the boat ramp and around the docks, places like that, just like we're going to witness today in this episode of Googans of the Week. Now, I will be a little fair in this one. Our crew here is suffering a mechanical failure of sorts, and they're trying to get it sorted out at a busy boat ramp during a summer day. As you can tell, there's a lot to contend with here. Now, also when you're watching how people have to contend with this, you have to remember that sometimes the Googan's not the boat that's in trouble itself. You've got to pay attention as a captain. If you see a boat doing something a little odd in front of you, before you just jump to conclusions that they don't know what they're doing, it could be that something's wrong. So one of the things you can do as a captain is try and offer an assist, like I'm surprised didn't happen here. The jet ski could have easily pulled this boat in. The boat we see backing out could have offered to give them assist on getting in as well, but instead everybody just kind of gets out of their way. But I'm not going to knock that plan too much either. Sometimes that is the best plan, is to make sure you're out of somebody's way when they're struggling as much as this crew is.
Hey, if you want to throw me a rope, I'll help straighten you out. If you want to throw me a rope, I can straighten.
Won't go down.
I understand that.
So as you can tell from this crew, the trim won't go down, and this is actually something our crews look for when we're down at the boat ramps. And I've told them 100 times, if you see a boat approaching the dock and it's not trimmed all the way down, not even necessarily in a situation like this where they're having a mechanical failure and they can't get it down, people will trim up as they approach the docks in some shallow areas, but you lose some aspect of control as you can see how difficult of a time they're having trying to get this one onto the dock. So when we see a boat approach with the engine trimmed, I'm like, film that boat, guys, because that boat's typically going to struggle as they try and come in. But here our guy's trying to approach and getting cut off by other vessels that are coming in as he's struggling. Again, you see somebody struggling, give them the right of way, as they need a little more space to work than you do. Even right here, this might be the most Googan move of Googan moves. Our guy's finally got his boat pointed toward a dock, and somebody from behind him comes in and cuts him off. I mean, for real. This guy's been struggling the whole time with a mechanical failure, and this crew just comes in and cuts him off at the last second. That's probably the biggest Googan move in this video. Now here they do finally get fortunate enough, they're getting close enough to the dock where it looks like somebody's going to be able to at least try and go for a leap off of this one and get them on. But man, it's a rough one to watch. Again guys, if you're ever down there at the dock and you see somebody acting erratically, check and see if they need a hand first. Once again, they could just be in a little trouble. But thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here, just like Adam Coolidge did this week. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button.